knees are cramped from the way I was holding, watching the edges of us just unfolding. I've been a lighthouse for a ship that won't dock, wasting my life on a frozen up clock. The white of my knuckles is finally fading. I'm tired of the ghost work and all the parading. I'm open my palms and I'm catching the air, and realizing that missing is all that was there. It's not that I want to, it's not that I'm brave, it's just that I'm tired of digging this grave. The weight of your shadow is pulling me down, and I'm far too exhausted to watch us both drown. So I let you go, like a breath in the cold, like a story that's simply too heavy to hold. I'm watching you drift toward the edge of the map, finally free from the always trap. My heart is a room that is quiet and slow, and the hardest part wasn't the stay, it was the go. Yeah, I let you go into the afterglow. I stopped checking the map to see where you are. I stopped wishing for us on a dying out star. I deleted the draft of the text I never sent, accepting the fact that the forever was spent. You're a blur in the distance, a smudge on the glass, while I'm finally letting the memories pass. Go on and be happy, go on and be free. Go find the person you couldn't find in me. I'm cutting the tether, I'm breaking the line. I'm taking back everything that was only mine. I'm taking it back. So I'll let you go, like a breath in the cold, like a story that's simply too heavy to hold. I'm watching you drift toward the edge of the map, finally free from the always trap. I'm standing still, but you're moving on for the first time. The gone is okay, the gone is just gone. I was standing in the kitchen, just checking the time, when the gravity shifted and lost all its rhyme. It wasn't a landslide or a wrecking ball swing, just the sudden snapping of a very thin string. I reached for the counter, but the wood felt like air, and I realized suddenly you weren't really there. They say the mind heals, but the body remembers the way that we turned all our gold into embers. I felt the foundation fingers were laid. There are too many sorries that haven't been said. I saw our reflection in the dark window pane, but I only saw me and a whole lot of rain. Is it weird that it's quiet? Is it weird there's no fire? Just the sound of the end of a long worn out wire. Oh, it's the dust in my lungs, it's the soot on my tongue, it's the song of a life that was ended too young. I'm digging for pieces, I'm searching the debris, trying to find the girl, boy that used to be me. But everything's buried, everything's gone. In my mind, heart collapsed in a quiet room. No audience witnessed the weight of the doom. It didn't shatter like glass on the floor. It just folded inward and closed every door. Now I'm walking through ruins of a life I once knew, breathless and broken since I lost you. It just the walls came down, the lights went out, and I'm still under the I looked at the map, but the landmarks are gone. I've been walking these circles since before the dawn. Your sweater's a compass that points to the past, to a version of us that was built not to last. The streetlights are flickering, losing their spark, while I'm trying to find where we parked in the dark. I remember the warmth, I remember the way, but I can't find the road back to yesterday. Every turn that I take leads me back to your name, and the scenery changes, but the hurt is the same. I'm lost in a love that doesn't live here anymore, standing in a hallway without any door. It's a forest of memories, a sea of we could. I'm wandering places I shouldn't and would. I've lost my asked a stranger if they knew the way out, but my voice was a whisper, a shadow of doubt. They looked right through me like I was just haze, just another casualty of the forever phase. I'm wearing your scent like a heavy old chain, navigating the fog and the cold gray rain. I don't need a rescue, I just need a sign that there's a world left that isn't just yours and mine. But the trees look like you, and the wind sounds like us, and I'm crumbling down into lost in love dust. I'm lost in a love that doesn't live here anymore, standing in a hallway without any door. It's a forest of memories, a sea of we could. I'm wandering places I shouldn't and would. I've lost my direction, I've lost my own view. I'm just a ghost, getting lost in loving you. I can't find the exit, I'm still in the woods, I'm still lost. I'm walking through the rooms of a life we didn't finish, watching every color start to fade and diminish. The ghost of your laughter is trapped in the wood. I'd reach out and touch it if I only could. I found a receipt for a dinner in May. It's the only thing left of a perfect day. And now it's just paper, and I'm just a shell, living in the silence of our long farewell. Didn't see the edges start to fray and tear. I just woke up one morning to a handful of air. The space where you slept is a canyon so deep, and I'm guarding the secrets I'm no longer allowed to keep. Oh, the love I lost is a winner that won't end, a broken down promise that I can't even bend. didn't leave a scar, it just left a hole, a quiet, slow freezing of my entire soul. Yeah, the love I lost is the cost of being whole. Try your reflection in a rainy store window, but it was just a stranger with a heart I didn't know. Funny how the features stay exactly the same, while the person behind them doesn't answer to your name. I'm carrying the ass like a heavy old debt in a world that's already starting to forget. I'm not looking for a reason, I'm not looking for a why, I'm just looking for a piece of a cloudless sky. But the horizon is you, and the sunset is gone, and I'm still waiting for a version of the dawn, just a dawn that doesn't hurt. Here's a winter that won't end, a broken down promise that I can't even bend. It's the weight in my pockets, the salt in my breath, the good night I whisper to an empty bed. I lost it, or maybe it just let go of me. Either way, the house is too big, the house is just empty. I can see my breath in the kitchen tonight, and it isn't the wind or the lack of the light. The coffee is steaming, but the table is stone. I'm sitting across from a ghost on a throne. You used to be fire, you used to be gold, but now you're a story that's already been told. I reached for your hand, but I caught only frost, counting the degrees of everything we've lost. We're shivering under a summertime sun, watching the threads of the always unspun. The hearth is all ash and the windows are gray, and I'm freezing to death in the middle of May. And oh, the love turned cold. checked the thermostat, it's set to 72. But there's a blizzard inside of the version of you. Your I love you sounds like a crack in the lake, a warning of how much the surface can take. We're sleeping in layers, but we're still skin to skin, waiting for the winter to finally win. Wrap me in blankets or set me on fire. I'm tired of living on this frozen up wire. I'd rather it burn than just wither and die under the weight of a colorless sky. It's just so high, the love turned cold, a blue kind of pain, like a garden that's buried in freezing rain. It didn't go out with a bang or a spark, it just quietly froze in the back of the dark. Don't touch me, I might shatter. The ice is just ice, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I'm still tracing the outlines of where you used to stay, like a ghost in the hallway that won't fade away. I bought 2 coffees this morning, then I remembered the truth. One's getting cold and it's bitter, just like losing my youth. The silence is louder than the words we once said. I'm replaying our forever until my heart's nearly dead. Is it easier for you to just turn out the light, to leave me mid-sentence in the middle of the night? Because I'm still holding a match in the rain, trying to find some warmth in all of this pain. I loved you with the pieces I hadn't even broken yet. I gave you the sun, but you settled for the sunset. Now I'm a stranger in the home we built for two, searching for a version of me that didn't start with you. Yeah, I loved you, but love is just a word you used to cut me through. I saw your car at the light, and I forgot how to breathe. It's funny how the memories are the last things to leave. Did you scrub out my name? Did you bleach every floor to make sure my shadow doesn't knock on your door? You look so unshaken, like I was just a face, while I'm still counting the hours, getting lost in the haze. They say time is a healer, but time is a thief. It steals all the joy and it leaves all the grief. I'm not asking for us back, I'm not that insane. I just want the part of my heart back that only knows your name. didn't break. I loved you with the pieces I hadn't even broken yet. I gave you the sun, but you settled for the sunset. Now I'm a stranger in the home we built for two, searching for a version of me that didn't start with you. Yeah, I loved you, I really did. Now the I is just lonely, and the you is just gone, and I'm still here, waiting for a dawn that isn't coming. Sitting in the car just to hear the engine hum, waiting for the feeling or the tears to finally come. The radio is static, but I leave it on the dial. I haven't heard my own voice in a long, long while. I tried to say your name when I woke up at 4, but the letters felt like stones falling onto the floor. There's a vacancy inside where the music used to play, and I'm just a hollow building in the middle of the day. The neighbors are laughing through the thin apartment wall, while I'm just a shadow standing in the hall. I wanna be loud, I wanna be bright, but the signal is lost in the middle of the night. And I've got a silent heart, a quiet kind of break, a dull, heavy pressure that I can't even shake. It doesn't beat for you, and it doesn't beat for me. It's just a locked up room, and I've lost the key. No rhythm, no thunder, no desperate part, just the terrifying sound of a silent heart. Yeah, it's quiet, and it's tearing me apart. I saw you at the corner and I didn't even flinch. I didn't move a muscle, not a single inch. The panic didn't rise and the blood didn't rush. I've got a silent heart, a quiet kind of break, a dull, heavy pressure that I can't even shake. It doesn't beat for you, and it doesn't beat for me. It's just a locked up room, and I've lost the key. Can you hear that? Nothing. That's the sound of the end. That's the sound of me. Clock on the wall is the only thing moving. I'm stuck in a rhythm I'm no longer proving. The dent in your pillow hasn't flattened out yet. It's a soft cotton trap for the things I regret. I made enough pasta for two just by force, and sat in the silence while it ran its course. The steam from the bowl is a ghost in the air, reminding me why there's an empty blue chair. I could turn on the TV to drown out the night, but the shadows of us are too heavy for light. I'm outnumbered here by the things you forgot in this house that's a museum of everything we're not. In a terrifying way. I found a receipt in a winter coat pocket from that night in December. We bought that gold locket. It's just a piece of paper turning yellow and thin, but it feels like a blade sliding under my skin. I can't move the sofa, I can't change the rug. Everything's stained with a forever shrug. The walls are just mirrors reflecting the then, until I start wishing for always again. I'm yelling at ghosts just to hear a sound, but the memory of you just stays underground. You're out in the world making memories with him, while I'm in this room where the edges just blur. I'm the only one breathing, but I'm not the only one here. And I'm alone with memories, they're taking up space. I'm tripping over echoes of your beautiful face. They don't need to eat, and they don't need to sleep. They just watch from watched the taillights turn the corner of the street and felt the concrete dissolve beneath my feet. It wasn't like the movies, no thunder, no rain, just the sound of a lock and the end of a chain. I went back inside and I stood in the hall, tracing the place where your coat used to fall. The air is still moving from where you just stood, but I'm already grieving the way that I should. There's a hole in the atmosphere, a leak in the light, a sudden cold shiver in the middle of the night. I'm checking the windows and locking the door, but the thing that I'm missing isn't there anymore. And it's sinking in now. I lost you, not like a key or a ring or a shoe, but like the oxygen leaving a room in the dark, like the end of a fire, the very last spark. I'm standing in a world that's the same shade of blue, realizing the wheat has been cut down to you. Yeah, I lost you, and I lost me too. I found your hair tied on the nightstand today, a small plastic ghost that won't go away. I thought about calling to tell you I found it, but the silence is heavy and I'm starting to drown in it. You're 1,000 miles gone while you're blocks away, and I'm just the wreckage of a yesterday. I looked for you in the grocery store, I looked for you behind every door. I looked in the mirror and I saw the trace of a person who's haunted by your empty space. But you're gone. You're really gone, and it's sinking in now. I lost you, not like a key or a ring or a shoe, but like the oxygen leaving a room in the dark, like the end of a fire, the very last spark. I'm standing in a world that's the same shade of blue. I lost you, and I don't know where to start looking. I don't know how to be found. the fridge is a scream in my ear. It's funny how silence is all I can hear. The floorboards are groaning under nobody's feet, and the wind at the window is a drum on the beat. I'm holding my breath just to lower the sound, but the ghost of your laughter is shaking the ground. I never knew quiet could be such a riot, a deafening storm I'm forced to inhabit. My heartbeat is thumping like a fist on the wall, waiting for a phone that I know won't call. The static is rising, it's thick and it's gray, drowning out everything I wanted to say. And lonely feels loud, like a crash in the dark, like a thunderous sky without any spark. It's the ringing in my head when I say your name, a siren's blaring, soul-tearing kind of pain. I'm covering my ears, but I can't shut it out. The never again is starting to shout. Yeah, lonely feels loud. It's all I can hear now. I went to the park just to find some noise, but I only heard echoes of our broken joys. The clinking of spoons in a crowded cafe sounds like the glass that we broke yesterday. There's a roar in the vacuum where you used to be, a frequency tuned only to me. Turn it down, turn it down. I just want some peace. I'm begging for a second of sensory release, but the gone is a chorus and the left is a band, and I'm the only audience in this hollowed out land. Lonely feels loud, like a crash in the dark, like a thunderous sky without any spark. It's the ringing in my head when I say your name, a siren's blaring, soul-tearing kind of pain. Can you hear it? The sound of you leaving. It's the loudest thing I've ever felt. I didn't feel the wind change, I didn't feel the shift. I just woke up and realized we'd started to drift. The pictures on the mantle, I lean into the left, in a house that's feeling sudden and quiet and bereft. I reach for a memory, but the edges were frayed, like a beautiful garment that was poorly made. One thread pulled loose, then 100 followed suit. Now I'm standing in the garden, staring at the rotted fruit. It wasn't a fire, it wasn't a war, it was just a slow loosening of the hinge on the door. Bit by bit, they always turned to maybe, until the earth was something I couldn't even see. And oh, the love fell apart in the palm of my hand, like a castle of salt on a shoreline of sand. No crashing, no burning, no desperate plea, just a quiet unraveling of you and of me. I'm picking up pieces that don't fit anymore, watching the fragments roll across the floor. Yeah, the love fell apart, and I'm just part of the mess. I found a button from your favorite shirt, buried in the dust and the leftover dirt. It's a tiny silver circle, a useless little thing, but it feels like the weight of a wedding ring. We didn't break it, we just let it go, letting the weeds and the bitterness grow. Now the architecture's gone and the sky is falling in, and I don't even know where the falling began. Tighter, I should have held on a little bit tighter. Maybe the dark wouldn't feel so much brighter, but the glue was too dry and the wood was too old, and I'm tired of protecting a heart made of mold. It's all on the floor now, and oh, the love fell apart in the palm of my hand, like a castle of salt on a shoreline of sand. No crashing, no burning, no desperate plea, just a quiet unraveling of you and of me. It's in pieces, small enough to sweep away, small enough to forget. I still flinch when the floorboards creak a certain way, a reflex from a game I'm no longer playing today. You left your fingerprints on the glass of my soul, and I'm still trying to find the parts you didn't make whole. It wasn't a soft fall, it was a crash on the shore. Now I'm terrified of the ocean and the sound of the door. I check my pulse just to see if I'm still mine, or if I'm just a ghost living on your timeline. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 yeah, yeah. They say the good parts should outweigh the bad, but I can't remember the version of me that was glad. Every sweet word was a hook in the skin, and I'm still trying to pull the forever back in. And oh, it was a love that hurt, a love that bled, a crown of thorns you placed upon my head. It didn't lift me up, it just pulled me down until I was a stranger in my own hometown. I'm washing the salt out of every old shirt, trying to survive the remains of a love that hurt. Yeah, it hurt, and it's still hurting now. I saw a bruise on an apple and I thought of your name. How you'd ruin the beauty just to win at the game. You called it passion, I called it a scar. Now I don't even know where the boundaries are. I'm rebuilding the walls with a trembling hand, in a house that you turned into sinking sand. I'm not a victim, but I'm not the same. I'm a forest that's blackened from your kind of flame. I wanna be soft, I wanna be light, but I'm still wearing armor in the middle of the night. I'm still wearing the weight. And oh, it was a love that hurt, a love that bled, a crown of thorns you placed upon my head. It didn't lift me up, it just pulled me down until I was a stranger in my own hometown. I'm healing, but I'm slow. I'm letting the anger go, but the ghost of the sting is the only thing I know. The moon is too bright on the side of the bed where I'm hoarding the things that you haven't yet said. I'm wearing your t-shirt, the one with the tear, holding on to the threads like you're actually there. The streetlights are painting thin lines on the floor, and I'm counting the inches from me to the door. It's a long way to go just to find a new day, when I'm still stuck in us in the worst kind of way. Ooh. The clock is just mocking the pace of my heart while I'm trying to find where the missing should start. It's not in the photos or the books on the shelf. It's the way that I'm losing the and it's a losing fight. I reached for my phone, but the screen was too cold. A story of silence that's already been told. I wonder if your room's as quiet as mine, or if you've already crossed over the line. Head into a dream where my name is a blur, while I'm still the person you wish you weren't with her. The blue light is fading, the shadows are long, and I'm still the singer of our broken song. They say that the dawn brings a reason to try, but the dawn is just another way to say goodbye. I don't want the morning, I don't want the sun, I just want the missing to finally be done. Please let it be And God, I'm just missing you tonight, in a way that I can't put some words on a line. It's a hollowed out hunger, a sharp silver knife, cutting through all of the noise of my life. The forever we promised is a shadow on the wall. Yeah, I'm missing you tonight, just for tonight, until the next one, until the next one. There's a stain on the carpet where you knocked the wine. I leave it there just to prove you were mine. The radiator hums, but the room stays cold, like a story we finished that I'm still trying to hold. I checked the driveway out of habit at 10, then I felt the air shift. You're not coming again. Oh, every goodbye was a dull, heavy blade. Now I'm standing in the mess that we made, and I'm trying to stitch up the gaps in the floor, but the ghost of your hand is still turning the door. Oh, my love bleeds through the pages, ink on a letter I'll never send. It's a slow, quiet river that's tracing the stages of how we began. sister at the grocery store. She looked at me like I was a chore. Sorry, she didn't know how to complete, while the ground felt like it was dissolving my feet. You're out in the city, you're chasing the light, while I'm bleaching the memories out of the night. They say time is a healer, but time is a thief. It steals all the joy and it sharpens the grief. I don't want you back, I'm not that far gone. I just want the part of me you took to the dawn, the part that didn't know how to bleeds through the pages. Ain't gonna I'll never send. It's a slow, quiet river that's tracing the stages of how we began and the way that we end. I gave you the pulse, but you wanted the vein. Now I'm just a body that's heavy with rain. My love bleeds, it's staining the floor, it's under the door, and I'm not okay It wasn't a dive, it was more of a slip. The way your name used to dance on my lip, I was holding the sky up, so I believed, until the air thinned and I couldn't be relieved. I watched the horizon just tilt out of frame and realized that us was no longer the same. The higher we climbed, the more I forgot that the rope was just frayed and the air was too hot. There's a specific sound when a heart loses height, a whistle of a wind in the middle of the night. It's the feeling of nothing beneath both my feet as the pavement and forever prepare to meet. And oh, my love fell like a stone in the deep, a promise I simply was too tired to keep. It didn't have wings, it didn't have grace, it just tumbled down through the empty space. I reached for your hand, but I caught only cold. I drank a glass of water just to feel the cold, to remind my body it's not a century old. I'm walking through the grocery store, a ghost in a coat, with a heavy gray anchor tied to my throat. It's not in the photos or the songs on the phone. It's a marrow deep shiver in the center of the bone. I look in the mirror and I see my own face, but it feels like I'm looking at an empty space. There's no weather outside that matches the storm that's keeping me frozen while the world stays warm. I'm trying to breathe, but the air is like lead. I'm a living person who's already dead, and it's just sad inside me, like a house with no light, like a midsummer day that's turned into night. And it isn't about you, and it isn't about us. It's the way that my ways has turned into dust. It's a quiet kind of screaming, a dull kind of ache, a heart that's too tired to even try to break. Yeah, it's just sad inside me, and there's nowhere to go. I tried to describe it to a friend on the line. I said I'm okay, and I said I'm just fine. But fine is a canyon that's miles across, and okay is a map of everything I've lost. I'm carrying this weight like a secret I keep, a shadow that follows me even in sleep. It's not on my skin and it's not in my hair. It's just always there. I wanna reach in and just pull it all out, to find what the silence is screaming about. But it's tangled in muscles, it's woven in veins, It's the sound of the nothing at the end of it all. The well is dry, the salt has turned to stone. I'm sitting in the house we used to own. I try to blink, but my eyes are just sand, tracing the lifeline on my empty hand. I thought the grief would be a river, but it's just a coldness settling in my blood. I'm staring at your picture on the nightstand frame, and I feel the sting, but I don't feel the rain. Ooh. There's no storm left in the back of my head, just a heavy gray weight in the space of the bed. I'm waiting for the breakdown, the scream, the release, but the silence is a monster that won't give me peace. And I'm sad without tears, I'm broken without sound, a bird in the sky that's forgotten the ground. It's a dusty kind of morning, a desert in my chest, where the all of yous have finally gone to rest. I'm screaming inside, but the air is too thin. I'm wearing a sadness that's under my skin. Yeah, I'm sad without tears, and it's the hardest here. I saw you at the station, looking so new, like life hadn't left a single bruise on you. I waited for the burning, the lump in my throat, but I just tightened the buttons on my winter coat. It's a terrifying quiet, a static in the dark. I finally moved the chair you used to claim, but the carpet's dented, still shouting your name. I changed the sheets, I bought a different tea, but the habit of you is still living in me. It's been 6 months and 3 lonely days, but I'm still walking through our old messy maze. The world keeps turning, it's rude like that, while I'm sitting here where the forever sat. Everyone says I should let the fire die, but I'm still standing here guarding the light. And it's a quiet kind of torture, a slow motion fall. I'm still loving you through the cracks in the wall. I'm holding a ghost that doesn't want to be held, watching the story we wrote be expelled. I'm the only one left at the end of the view, just a fool in the dark, still loving you. I saw you online, you look lighter somehow, like you shed all the weight of our broken down vow. Your smile doesn't look like it's missing a piece, while I'm still waiting for my heart's release. Do you ever trip over a memory of us, or am I just the dust at the back of the bus? It's not a choice, it's a chronic ache. It's the one last promise I can't seem to break. I wanna be angry, I wanna be cold, but I'm still a slave to the hands I can't hold. I'm still a slave to you. And it's a quiet kind of torture, a slow motion fall. I'm still loving you through the cracks in the wall. I'm holding a ghost that doesn't wanna be held, watching the story we wrote be expelled. I'm the only one left at the end of the view, just a fool in the dark, still loving you, still loving you. When the lights go out, still loving you. When I forget what we were about, still. It doesn't make a sound like shattering glass. It's more like the winter killing the grass, a slow creeping hairline fracture in the stone. Until you're sitting at dinner, but you're sitting alone. I noticed the frayed edges on the hem of your coat, and realized the water was already filling the boat. There's no siren, there's no flashing light, just a subtle shift in the middle of the night. One day the always is a weight we can carry, the next it's a ghost that we're trying to bury. When the love breaks, it doesn't snap in two, it turns into a dust that gets inside of you. It's the creak in the floorboards, the draft in the hall, the hollowed out echo of a name you don't call. No hammer, no thunder, no sudden mistake, just the quiet, heavy breathing of everything when love breaks. I found your toothbrush behind the bathroom sink. It's funny how the small things make the ship sink. I didn't throw it out, I just put it in a drawer, like a relic from a city that doesn't exist anymore. You're already building a life on new ground, while I'm still listening for the collapse sound. We tried to glue the edges, we tried to tape the seams, but you can't fix a nightmare with yesterday's dreams. I watch the ceiling sag, I watch the walls bow, and I'm standing in the wreckage right now. When love breaks, it doesn't snap in two, it turns into a dust that gets inside of you. It's the creak in the floorboards, the draft in the hall, the hollowed out echo of a name you don't call. No hammer, no thunder, just the quiet, heavy breathing when love breaks. It just lets go, no snap, no pop, just the sound of the world starting to stop. You didn't slam the door or make a scene, you just leaked out of the spaces in between. A slow evaporation of the things we knew, until the room was wide and the us was few. I didn't hear the keys or the engine start. You just carefully unthreaded yourself from my heart, like a ghost leaving a house before the sun. You were already finished before I'd begun. I was looking for a storm, a signal in the sky, but you were just a soft retreating goodbye. No thunder, no lightning. and your hangers were bare, just a thin plastic echo of what used to be there. You didn't leave a note or a stain on the floor. You just aren't the person you were anymore. It's the lack of the noise that's breaking my spirit. A scream in the distance, and I'm the only one near it. I wish you'd yelled, I wish you'd lied, I wish you'd shown me the hurting inside, but you slipped through my fingers like water or sand, and I'm holding a ghost with a trembling hand.